6 minutes from now, you'll know what vitamin B12 is, what it does, how to tell if you're deficient, and how to fix it using the best foods and supplements. And as a bonus, I'm giving you my B12 folate and prenatal supplements guide, which has links to everything I talk about and a bunch of pictures so you don't forget this content. Hey, I'm Dr. Tom Scheck-Snyder, and I want to help you understand your labs and optimize your health. Because when your health is optimized, you can do anything. Let's go. Vitamin B12 is a class of water-soluble compounds called cobalamins. The 4 subtypes or vitamers are methyl, adenosyl, cyano, and hydroxycobalamin. B12 is made by bacteria. This means that the only way humans can get it is by eating bacteria. Wait, that's not what it sounds like. Here's actually how it works. An animal, like a cow, has bacteria in their gut that produce B12. That B12 is absorbed into the cow's blood and stored in their muscles and organs. It's also secreted in their milk. Humans get B12 by eating animal parts and products that contain B12. Plants don't have bacteria inside of them, and that's why vegan diets don't contain enough B12. If you're a vegan though, I'm thinking about you and have specific supplement recommendations in about 2 minutes. So what does B12 do? B12, like many vitamins, is a cofactor or helper to enzymes in the body. The biggest way it helps is with methylation, which is the creation and propagation of single carbon groups in the body. Methyl groups, as they're known, are like cash money in the body's economy. When that money isn't available, everybody suffers, but some sectors do more than others. In the body, the 2 sectors that suffer the worst are red blood cell production and neurologic function. So the most prominent symptoms of B12 deficiency are those of anemia, which are fatigue, shortness of breath, decreased exercise tolerance, and lightheadedness, and neurologic symptoms, which are wide-ranging and variable because nerves are everywhere. But common ones include tingling, muscle weakness, memory problems, personality changes, depression, dizziness, and fatigue. How do you tell if you're deficient? Well, combine the symptoms of deficiency with a complete blood count and a cobalamin level. If the cobalamin level is low, you're deficient. If it's borderline, between 200 to 300 picograms per milliliter, then you need homocysteine and methylmalonic acid levels. If those are elevated in the presence of a borderline B12 level, you're deficient and should work to raise your B12 level. Testing for B12 is usually done in parallel with folate because they both contribute to methylation. I take you through this confusing diagnostic workup in Lab Stories episode 3, so check that out if you need more details. How do you raise B12 levels? With foods and supplements. What are the best foods? The best foods are animal parts and products, which include meat, eggs, cheese, yogurt, and milk. Seafood is noteworthy for very high B12 levels as well, especially tuna, sardines, clams, and oysters. And don't forget fortified cereals, nutritional yeasts, and soy products. What are the best supplements? Supplements are available as either cyanocobalamin or methylcobalamin. They're both safe and effective, but I recommend methylcobalamin if you can afford it. It's the bioidentical form that our bodies use. Supplements are available as liquid, pills, drops, and tablets that dissolve under the tongue, and as a part of B complexes and multivitamins. If you're deficient, I would take a dedicated B12 supplement though, because those are the ones with high enough doses. And I've linked 3 good supplements in the description that meet my criteria of being clean, available, and affordable. Speaking of doses, how much should I take? Well, it depends if you're vegan or not. Vegans should try to meet the recommended dietary allowance of vitamin B12, which is 2.4 micrograms daily. This can be done easily with fortified foods and a small B12 supplement every day, or by just taking a mega dose supplement, 2,000 micrograms once weekly. If you're not a vegan and have B12 deficiency, you most likely have a B12 absorption problem. Active B12 absorption is very complex and requires 3 chaperone proteins and an ideal gastrointestinal environment. For people who have had gastric bypass surgery or are on medications that decrease stomach acid, adequate active absorption isn't possible, and thus we rely on passive absorption, where huge doses of B12 essentially just blast through the intestines into the blood without the help of intestinal chaperone proteins. That's why B12 supplements are those mega doses like 1 to 2,000 micrograms. 1,000 micrograms is 400 times the daily requirement, but it works. If you're a non-vegan and B12 deficient, 1 to 2,000 micrograms daily is your replacement dose. And don't forget to figure out why you're deficient and consider involving your doctor for B12 injections. How long should I supplement? Supplement for as long as you're at risk of being deficient. This is usually a long-term thing, but after about a month, the supplement dose should level out to a few hundred micrograms daily. And remember to keep an eye on the B12, homocysteine, and methylmalonic acid levels, as well as your symptoms. So what should you do next? If you want all the details on B12 and folate, listen to Lab Stories Episode 3, where I compare them to one another as brothers in a family. If you're anemic and not sure why, watch my video on MCV, where I show you how to diagnose it. If you have iron deficiency anemia, watch my video on hemoglobin, where I teach you how to fix it. Here's to understanding your labs and optimizing your health.